which is also available in the description down below. And if you're ever feeling generous and you feel like leaving me a little tip, this is my tip jar. I feel like that's such a patron-coded thing to do. Tonight's Ask Reddit asks, what conspiracy theory do you fully believe is true? True. Netflix marketing team releases memes about shows to give off the appearance that everyone is watching said show. Since people have FOMO, they watch the shows to understand the memes until everyone actually does watch it. Somebody commented, I swear Disney does this as well. There's always some meme campaign happening before a major Marvel drop. Miss Girl, this is not a toy. Be like your brother and lay down. The next person says, another person commented on a similar post years ago, and I saved his comment because I thought it made a lot of sense. See below for the comment. This person said, American public education is purposely declining to promote consumerism and make a more subservient population. For example, public school used to teach home economics, wood shop, or auto shop. By cutting the budget for these programs, you're going to end up with adults who don't know how to cook, so they spend all their money on clothes, have an understanding of how tools work, and make small repairs, so they have to spend all their money on handyman and repairmen, or take care of their cars, so they spend all their money at the car dealerships or auto shops, also getting ripped off because they completely are dependent on what the mechanic says instead of having their own pool of knowledge to draw from. Then you get to homework. We are teaching children and young adults it's okay to work all day at school, then do additional work at home. With so many companies changing to a salaried position, it's perpetuating that it's expected to do work or some work at home and not get paid for it. After all, you did it your whole life with homework, so why shouldn't you in the workforce? Cue existential crisis. Ew. Cat scratches. The next person says, people who post on Ask Reddit are BuzzFeed writers looking for content. I can see that. The next Redditor says that all those souvenir shops on prominent shopping streets in London, England, are money laundering fronts. You know, the ones with massive floor space selling key rings and knockoff hoodies that say TikTok or something, yet have no customers except young male staff sat about on their phones. How on earth would a not very busy shop survive in Europe's most expensive retail space? Other than that, also factoring in a global pandemic and a massive reduction in international tourists who they're presumably aimed at, yet they show no signs of shutting down. They also all appear to be owned by the same person and stock the same merchandise. You know what? There's a money laundering scheme, conspiracy theory with mattress stores. And you know what? There's also this place near me that is a Persian rug store that I've never seen anybody shop at. So I'm convinced that they money launder. Same with car dealerships. Someone paid off someone, so there is no paprika flavored potato chips in Lithuania and all major supermarkets but one. 3 months ago you could find it anywhere, and it was like the third or fourth most popular, I think. I think the trend where you show a picture of yourself now versus 10 years ago is promoted, if not invented, by Facebook-owned social media companies in order to train AI to be able to recognize and analyze how faces age. The next person says that there are people rich enough to disappear. There must be some billionaires we've never heard of. The FBI murdered Fred Hampton. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is indeed a fact. He was in bed with his girlfriend shot like 900 times. Drops mic. I'm gonna put an end to that theory that the art market is actually a huge money laundering scheme. I don't remember where I read this, but it is said that kingpins and criminals will often buy paintings and sculptures for millions of dollars in order to make dirty money transactions legal. When I was in high school, my friends and I came up with this conspiracy theory between us that the theater kids are covering up for something because they act like a cult and talk about the theater teacher like he's their personal Jim Jones. 2 years after graduating, I found out that he's been arrested for sexually, touching his female students, and was only found out because he could trust this freshman, or thought he could trust this freshman new theater kid, and started showing him all the naked pics he's taken with those girls. Kid turned around and reported him the next day. The other theater kids went on social media to defend their god anyway. CSI television shows purposely overplay the forensic capabilities of various law enforcement departments to help project an image of total competence. Somebody commented on that and said I actually had a class at university where we just watched CSI, and our lecturer would pause it every few minutes and ask us to find something wrong in that scene. Example, packing radioactive materials in plastic bags while wearing a hazmat suit, etc. Or getting data from equipment that doesn't even do what they're saying it does, etc. That would be an interesting class that I would take. The next person says that Jesse's girl and Stacy's mom are the same person. Now this one, the spookiest and craziest one of all. There is a local pharmacy in my town that I have never seen anyone in my entire life. I've lived here since I was 6, and I'm 22 now. I think money laundering, but not sure. My own local conspiracy theory. Do you guys have any local conspiracy theories? I'm curious. Area 51 was a conspiracy theory started by the US government to lead the Soviet Union into falsely believing that the US had alien technology during the Cold War. My mom has a theory that whenever a contestant on Wheel of Fortune gets greedy and spends when the puzzle is clearly easily solvable, they manipulated the wheel to land on bankrupt. Also, whenever there is a good-looking girl on, she believes they manipulate the game so the girl wins. Also, whenever there is a good-looking girl on, she believes they manipulate the game so that girl wins. Somebody commented, my mom was on Wheel of Fortune in the 70s. She got greedy and spun and went bankrupt. I bet she buys into this conspiracy theory. This theory was by a Redditor, which was later removed, and the user was site-wide banned for reasons I don't know. But they said Robert Kardashian destroyed the evidence that would have convicted OJ. He was handed a Louis Vuitton garment bag by OJ's assistant right as OJ returned from Chicago. None of the cops paid any attention to him as he walked away with the bag. When the bag theory was discovered a month later, Kardashians claimed to have lost it. There's literally like a video of him removing that from the crime scene in photos. So, this theory is pretty well known, I think. Do I believe it? Sips tea. The next person says, I was going to a mega church that kept expanding in a poor part of town, buying up all the property around it. There was a laundromat that was a holdout, wouldn't sell for anything. One night, that laundromat burned down. The church graciously helped them clean up the site, and then they finally sold. It's not a stretch at all to see what really happened. What happened? The measuring lines on your detergent container are way more than you actually need, so you use it faster and buy more detergent. If your towels smell musty after you wash and dry them, it's because of all the excess soap that didn't rinse out. The next person says human cloning has already been done or attempted. We cloned a sheep The next person commented the government had a hand in creating and or popularizing some of the more outlandish conspiracy theories in order to make questioning the official story seem inherently crazy by association. My favorite is more of a conspiracy theory debunk. The moon landing was real because if it was faked, Russia would have called the US out on their bullshit immediately. The next person says big companies use Reddit and other social media to normalize shady behavior. It seems every time news breaks out about a company doing something shady, the top comment on Reddit are always along the lines of, well duh, we've known this for years. So instead of outrage, the news are met with apathy, and there's a feeling that you can't change the system anyway. Buildings are deliberately created to be ugly so that they don't get heritage status and the owners can knock it down later. Toothpaste companies show more toothpaste than necessary on toothbrushes on TV commercials to make you think you need more of it in each brush, thus taking away your money faster. Okay, that seems to be a trend with a lot of products. I get it. You guys want my monies. Celebrities aren't actually giving their kids absurd names. They just are publicizing their legal names. And this would be very smart of them if this is true. And now I'm really wondering if Alicia Silverstone from Clueless actually named her son Bear or not. And did Elon really do that? Like, did they really name their son 10 or X or whatever the fuck? I'm not judging the baby, I'm judging the parents. Okay, let's get that straight. That Sprite changing their bottle from green to clear doesn't actually help the environment. They are just doing it because their green bottles in the water are immediately recognized. It is also probably cheaper to use clear bottles. Maybe. Just a guess. I think that bots are out there controlling the narrative of popular events by making memes, posting comments, etc., subtly influencing people, which is why people who spend a lot of time on social media think so drastically different to normal everyday people. The next person says a lot of contracts in the government are handed to friends and family where it is mishandled and money ends up in the pockets of people running the contracts. One example in the UK is where protection equipment at the cost of millions was handed to a friend of the government minister. The equipment had to be thrown away because it was not, I repeat, not in good condition. That money was never recovered. Somebody commented that this isn't a theory, it's a fact. Not just in the UK, South Africa has been fucked over hard by our politicians during COVID. One of our ministers established a PPE distributor, placed his daughter in charge, and awarded a tender for 20 mil. This subreddit is created by feds in order to gather data for specific questions. That Epstein was murdered to keep the world's elites' secrets from being outed. And the other two men linked to Epstein who are awaiting trial that died within the year. Both died under the same circumstances. It's been decades, but I'm like 95% sure my uncle is walking around with my real nose still in his pocket. The next person says that the super rich have a discrete network/organization dedicated to investment and reservation of sophisticated climate disaster or nuclear winter survival bunkers. That the Kardashian sisters keep their brother chubby so they can use his fat for their injections. That actual conspiracy theories such as the JFK assassination almost always has some truth to them, and the silly things like flat earth are promoted to water down what conspiracy theory means. Create shortages just to excuse to raise prices. Not all of the more recent shortages, but certainly a good chunk of them. They also make sure the hype around the shortage is scaring consumers into buying as much as possible. The next person says the reason women's clothes don't have functional pockets is so that the fashion industry can sell more purses. Joke's on them, I'm just gonna fucking buy men's jeans. And I think on that note, I'm going to end the video there and finally deal with those clothes because it has been bothering me this entire time and I don't know why I didn't move them. But this is me, this is the